Hello everyone, and welcome to the Speculative Wildlife Research Center. Today we're taking a look at clowns. Yes, I know clowns are people in real life. Of course I know, I'm not scared of them or anything. But let's have a bit of fun and wonder. What if a real-life animal had evolved in a way that resembled the characteristics and appearance of these colorful performers? This episode, by the way, was commissioned by Alec Foisy to be featured on the channel. That's right, you can now commission an episode on anything you'd like to see on the channel. So please consider that option if you'd like to see your favorite creature, character, concept or idea become an episode. And now, without further ado, let's get started. Humanity has often looked at the natural world for inspiration, as a source of ideas for great inventions, amazing developments, and noble pursuits. Or sometimes for just the weirdest entertainment possible. Meet Cauropithecus imbralacta, the clown ape, an animal that would become the basis for one of the greatest sources of entertainment humanity knew for a while, despite its eventually inevitable downfall. These large apes, almost as tall as humans, are pongins, closely related to modern orangutans. As a result of these animals being partially arboreal, they have very strong and flexible bodies which allow them to easily and nimbly move among the trees and branches. Their large feet with prehensile toes allow them both to move among the branches and walk bipedally on the ground, even if they are not as good at it as some more specialized bipeds, like the Bigfoot or, humans. Clown apes are notable for their amazing sexual dimorphism. Females and juveniles are characterized by their black and white coloration and much more timid behavior, while males are much more aggressive and brightly colored, having the appearance most often associated with clown apes. This is a result of their social organization, as clowns live in large troops composed of many loosely associated individuals, including temporary couples with babies, juveniles and closely related adults staying together for protection, with juvenile members migrating to other groups to avoid inbreeding. Within these groups, the females will stay near the treetops, protecting their young, and this coloration will help them camouflage among the foliage, similar to some species of colobus. The much larger males, however, need not hide from potential predators, and will instead face them head-on to protect their troop. Whenever they confront a potential danger, male clown apes will make an exaggerated smile. Similar to other non-human apes, this smile is not a display of joy or friendliness, but a threat meant to show their large and dangerous teeth, the effect only improving by the contrast between their red lips and whitish faces. Their star-shaped nipples will also flare and become fully erected thanks to generous flow of blood towards them, shining a bright purple due to the presence of collagen fibers that scatter light, similar to those seen in the faces of mandrills. Should the potential danger not back off, clown apes will begin chattering their teeth and, astoundingly, shooting milk out of their nipples, up to distances of a couple meters. This is quite notable for males, but it is not unheard of. Many species of bat and goat have been known to present lactating males, and it is believed this evolved in clown apes as a result of their social living, thus allowing them to nurse the babies too. Of course, if this display does not do the trick, then the clown apes will simply beat the shit out of the intruder. When facing a lesser threat, especially smaller creatures or younger members of their own species that they consider little more than an annoyance, they will simply limit themselves to shooting milk at them. That said, when dealing with greater threats, such as rival troops that will not be easily intimidated, the clown apes will hide among rocky outgrowths or dead, hollow trees, which they have located in their territory for this exact purpose. While females will have an easier time hiding in such places, they can do so just as easily among the leaves. Instead, these shelters will mostly be used by the males, not as a means of escaping, but as a part of their combat strategy. See, thanks to their flexibility, Large groups of male clown apes will contort inside these shelters and wait for the rival troop to walk by. Then, they will come out all at once, taking the other clowns by surprise and quickly overtaking them. The coloration of males will also aid in their incredibly complex courting displays, during which they will show the full extent of their strength, stamina and flexibility. Males will jump, swing from the branches, and perform complex acrobatics, their bright fur making them stand out from the vegetation around them. However, what makes or breaks the routines of these apes is their uniqueness. As they perform their displays, they will improvise and extend their routines in order to distinguish themselves from other males, and will do so in a way that plays to their strengths. Young males displaying their flexibility and older ones showing off their strength. While clown apes are capable of doing this by their lonesome, sometimes many males will gang together and perform in a group, thus attracting the attention of even more females and improving the chances of the entire group. While clown apes are known to have a wide array of vocalizations, such as screams and hoots, they have a special sound they use during these displays, loud honks that will be amplified through their large noses. All in all, the aggressive behavior and unpredictability of these animals would drive most people away from the clown apes, but some unscrupulous people saw a lot more potential than they saw risk in their agile movements, striking appearance and, honestly, pretty funny displays, and ended up capturing them to be used as entertainment, displaying their exaggerated behavior and even training them to perform tricks in carnivals and circuses. While the idea was successful at first, leading to these animals being seen as mascots and many specific individuals becoming famous for their acts, the increasingly taxing complexity of the acts and the abuse of these animals eventually led to a series of attacks, where angered or scared clown apes turned against their handlers and random onlookers and mauled them viciously. Despite having been symbols of joy and fun in the past, in the present clown apes are often considered as scary and dangerous animals. Eventually, laws were passed to avoid their use as entertainment, and even as clown apes were replaced by people dressed like clowns to avoid the more dangerous downsides, it is unlikely any child would want to have one of these at their birthday party nowadays. And that's it for Speculative Biology look into clowns. With this idea, Alec suggested turning these performers into a species of large, kinda humanoid primates in a way that displayed their funny and energetic acts, with the more demure females referencing less colorful types of clown, like the Pierrot. That said, these do not look that cursed just for the heck of it. I mean, not only for the heck of it. This spec reimagining also references the way clowns have gone from being wholesome child entertainment in older times to being mostly used in a horror or ironic context nowadays. This also links them to the way some primates, like chimpanzees, have similarly become known for their violent tendencies compared to older depictions focusing on them as goofy little dudes. Looks-wise, however, it was another thing entirely. While there are things common to many clowns, such as their red noses, white faces and big shoes, the details are a bit harder to get down to a single stereotype, with attire, hair arrangement and color, or face paint varying a lot between individual clowns. Hence, I made this version with some colors and aspects that invoked the appearance of clowns without any specific inspirations, twisting their smile into the menacing grin of a primate. And the nipples, a reference to those flowers that squirt water, were the horrible, star-shaped, milk-squirting cherries on top. So I hope you liked this episode, and do tell us in the comments. What piece of media featuring clowns would you like to watch with these ghastly apes in the place of clowns? And also, here's a thank you to everyone who wanted to see this episode, and to our patrons and channel members for their support. Remember, you too can join in if you want to support our channel, and you will get some nice bonuses too, like seeing all of our creatures and videos ahead of time and helping mold them into shape. Or you can also like, subscribe, or write a comment down there telling me any type of creature you would like me to give the speculative biology treatment in the show. Any of those really help the channel a lot. Thank you all for watching, and see you next time on the Speculative Wildlife Research Center.